Good evening. This is the My Camping Adventures channel live. Back from my recent road trip and just going live to let you know I'm alive and kicking and just to chat on a recent adventure I had and more that's upcoming with anybody out there who's a like minded adventurer. The first thing that you understand on road trips is there's going to be traffic, of course, and you hope the weather and the road conditions are good. Well, our roads could use a little bit of repair, I have to say. There was a lot of construction, but there was a lot of areas with like potholes and deterioration between the lanes and on the side of the road. And with all the money that we pay in taxes, I'm just not sure why that is. Don't know how to answer that. Anyway, welcome to the chat. And if you guys want to talk about gear or travel or food or your adventures or just where you're from or a shout out, say hi. Anyway, I am here to say hi and chat. If you guys have been driving recently on the roads, what do you think of the conditions, especially in Pennsylvania? Hey, M4D dog. Shout out to M4D dog. And if you can subscribe, that's great. Just trying to get some like-minded, nice subscribers on the channel and up that a little bit, so I appreciate you. Anyway, the drive down was kind of uneventful, but driving back today, literally in the Laurel Highlands, there was death fog. Oi. Hey, shout out to everybody down there. I can't keep reading your names and talking at the same time. But yeah, interestingly, I was in a golf tournament and I was the underdog. And I was paired with a really nice young individual named Sam. And honestly, we had a great day in the time of our lives. And we complimented each other. And we pulled out the win for our North team. And I'm very happy to have been paired with Sam. We got to play a course called Mystic Rock in Nemacolin. And what a beautiful course. The rain kicked in about noon. And a lot of people just stopped playing, which was fine. But I was determined to finish the course and to finish the day. And we did. It's like being outdoors in the woods. I remember one time in May that I wanted to hike to a secret spot that I call my $1,000,000 view. It's on top of a hillside with perfect trees for hanging your hammock, looking down over a valley to a stream and to a clearing on the other end. And it started to snow in May. I had to walk back in a blizzard. Hey, HLJ Deep Hybrid Vlog, shout out to you. Shaquille, shout out to you. Dizad, shout out to you. Miojo D. Frango, shout out to you. Hey, if you guys aren't subscribed, if you can subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Nice to have you on the channel. And anyway, so after that, I went to a casino, and I don't gamble that much. Played some slot machines, had some fellow co-workers there. Got some free money to play with since I've never been there before. and I ended up walking out with $62, so that was great time. And then I went to a very scenic, very nice looking, rustic inn for the evening. I guess there was a couple wedding parties there. Uh, but coming out of the casino was literally the densest pea soup fog I have ever seen in my entire life. My Jeep with the headlights on, with the fog lights on, I couldn't see 3 car lengths in front of me. And so I made it to 7.1 miles to my destination and walked in and got my room for the night. I did a live stream from there, from my room, because I missed all you guys and wasn't working, and just wanted to chat and had some nice viewers and nice subscribers on. And then I decided to go for a little nighttime stroll in the building and its surroundings, because it was a 186-year-old inn and a pretty cool looking property. It's kind of the place that you look at and you see in the movies, like The Great Outdoors, or I'm trying to think of the one with Chevy Chase and Yellow Dog, or where they're sitting at a lodge, or they're sitting by the fire, or they're sitting maybe somewhere in Alaska. Hey, that's pretty funny. If you guys could try. Yeah, yeah, my dad was pure Sicilian, so I guess you're right. But if you guys subscribe, there will be no horse head in your bed. Online store arrived, a cardboard box. You emptied the box and filled it with crayons. No, not really. Anyway, keep the chat cordial, please. You know, there are other channels for that. We're just hanging out, and we're all could be respectful of each other. But anyway, I'm going down the stairs to the base, the bottom level, where the pool supposedly was, where the game room was. And I'm telling you, this is straight out of a Scooby-Doo movie set. And there was nobody around. I mean, literally, the whole area was empty, if you can look in my video. So I'm commenting on how this feels like the set of a Scooby-Doo show or movie. And I'm looking around expecting to see Shaggy and Velma. And I walk into this pool room. And it's not a room. It's not a room like when you go to a Hilton or a Holiday Inn, and there's a little room that you can slide your key, and there's a pool and a jacuzzi. This thing had like an indoor Olympic type size swimming pool, but it looked old. And the whole place was empty. There were tables, there was a box of Kleenex on the couch, there was just like everything was set up like a prop. And just outside of video, a big heavy metal door opened and closed. And I was like, whoa, I can't believe I caught this. And you could hear the clanking sound of it. And no one was there. So here I was talking about Scooby-Doo, and it feeling like a set from Scooby-Doo, and I had that Scooby-Doo moment. Went back upstairs into the main part of the building, and all in all, it was a very charming inn. It's the kind of place you go when you want a nice weekend getaway. People and the staff were wonderful. The room was comfortable, and I highly recommend it overall. But I woke up and the pea soup fog was there, and I had to stay or go. I had to check out by 11. Had a couple-hour drive to get home. So I went out in the fog, and let me tell you, going up and down in Laurel Highlands and pea soup fog, I was so happy when I got to some clearing and had more of a straightaway back to my abode in Northwest PA. Well, Edward Mill, if you subscribe, I'll tell you. And Age of Gem? Yes. I'll answer both your questions. Well, RJ, I got three good questions here. I love you guys. Okay? All right. All right. All right, let's go in order. Okay. Several years ago, I was camping with my brother-in-law, a friend, his son, and myself, sitting by a campfire. My cousin had a camp across the way and across a ditch and a salt lick for a deer. Unbeknownst to us, they were throwing their leftover food, like their lettuce and their tomatoes and whatever, out there, supposedly for the deer. And we hear a crack. And what I always do, and this is a good survival tip in the woods, is wear a bright headlamp, like a Princeton Tech Viz or one of the newer Nebo ones or something with a good spot beam, and then shine in the woods. Do one of these. You're looking for eye shine because animals, predators have eye shine. Bears have eye shine, deer have eye shine, Bigfoot has eye shine. Humans don't. So you could tell if there's something staring back at you or something in the woods. You can see deer like that at night, bear. So I look and I shine my headlamp over about 30 yards, 40 yards from our fire was a bear, a black bear, and he was doing this. That's where he's looking to get out of trouble and just scanning the surroundings. And he went right to that salt lick and started eating that food. My friend had a 25 auto pistol, and he safely ejected a round in the ground to make a loud noise. Didn't faze the bear at all. I had bear spray, but big deal. Uh, my brother-in-law had a stick, and his son had a knife he was carving with, but really? So we went across the back way in the ditch, and we had to bum rush the bear with a Ram truck to get it to leave. Let's just say I had a talking with my cousin about not doing that again because my camp is a tent. So yeah, I did see a bear, and I'm from northwestern PA. Yeah, I try to read the comments because I'm talking at the same time. And one problem with being 59 is your close-in vision is not really good unless I squint, and I'd rather talk to you. My favorite Muppet is Fozzie Bear, and in terms of UFOs, the new terms are UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomenon. Well, out of my camp, when you look up in the night sky, you can see every store. All right, hey, it's my Scottish bro. I wish I had some Jameson right now. Or is that Irish? Maybe it's Scottish too. Also Scotch whiskey, I don't care. Anyway, long story short, looked up in the sky and I saw this white triangular type craft. I don't know if it was a drone, an aircraft, or what, blinking lights on each side. And it was kind of doing circles above me, but there was no sound. And then it kind of took off and went up into the Big Dipper. So, did I see little green men? No. Did I see something interesting? Yes. And I've also seen military test aircraft fly that same route. Oddly, being in the middle of the Allegheny Forest, it seems to be like a route maybe from an air base down below up somewhere. And one night I was up on top of a hill because you see a lot of stars out there, a lot of meteors. I saw Starlink and a constellation of satellites launching. So I was up there waiting for it to get dark to see what I could see. I got night vision that helps enhance things, and you see some really good little fireballs and meteors and stuff. So anyway, at dusk, just coming out of the sun, I saw this cherry red like dot, like something like coming down, sort of entering the atmosphere. You know, like when the space shuttle burns in front, and then it kind of evened out, and it was this black craft flying a straight line after it leveled out Again, sort of triangular in shape. Had a military aircraft-like look to it, but I didn't see any contrails. And again, there was really no engine sound. And I know it had to be like a test craft or a drone or a military craft, because about 3 or 4 minutes after I saw it, two fighter jets came, and I know they were fighter jets because they were playing dogfighting with each other, zipping back and forth. Commercial airplanes don't do that. And these guys were making that screaming jet sound and leaving contrails and all this. It looked almost like F-16s, and they were flying after this object, maybe about 3 or 4 minutes behind. Not like they were chasing it, more like they were bird dogging it. So I've seen things like that. Mad Max, hi Mad Max. Bro, I'm not as old as time, unless 59 and a half is old as time. But yeah, I'm 23 inside. Okay, just 59 outside. Still have hair. Hey, Clifford. And like I said, keep the chat cordial. You can talk about bourbon, I don't care. You can talk about cheesecake. You can talk about seeing Bigfoot in the woods. You can talk about where you're from. You could ask questions, but seriously, my subscribers are from 9 to 90. It really, I just don't have time for the BS. So keep it cordial, keep it nice, say hi to your fellow chatters. Yeah, I'm actually 23 inside. And the gentleman Sam I golfed with is 23. And we got along just fine. He had a really cool set of 80s and 90s jams that he played in the golf cart. And I was just fine with that. Hey, Clifford from Ohio. Shout out to Clifford. I heard they had Bigfoot. What's the name of Bigfoot in Ohio? The Hairy Man of Ohio. Or they have a couple of names for it, but you guys got some nice forest over there. Good afternoon. Haha. Yeah, I'm not going to say your channel name out loud, but I like it. Please subscribe. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel. I remember when I was fretting about having 200 subscribers, now I'm fretting about just having 1,200. And it got a good bunch of people. And really, there's almost, it'll take a miracle from God for me to go viral and monetize his channel or make anything on it. But gotta have a hobby, having fun, and everybody in my family and my friends keep telling me, oh, you know what? All the stuff that you do, you should video yourself, if people would watch. And a lot of times what I'm doing, whether in the woods or traveling, I'm by myself. So it's kind of like I have a virtual set of friends and companions along. And also, there are people who can't get out, who can't on adventures. And I'm trying to show in our area that there's so much stuff to do that you could have your own adventure. If you can't go to Italy, or you can't go to New Zealand, right here in the Allegheny Forest, in the New York State Forest, in Ohio, there's a really cool a rental property or house in Hawaii built into a cave. I'd love to go to that. Oh, Mohammed, shout out to you, my friend. I appreciate that. Oh, Mad Max, you guys are making me happy. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I had a really, really nice day yesterday, and golfing, and then going to that inn and doing a little exploring. I honestly felt, I'm too old to be, I honestly felt like Shaggy, and I needed Scooby Doo by my side for any of you who watch the cartoons I did when I was a kid. But, that's what I felt like. And when I go in the woods and, you know, I joke about looking for Bigfoot and, see some strange stuff. I haven't really seen the hairy guy in person, but it's about the journey. It's about getting out there, looking to see what's around the corner. And hopefully it's not a bear bull rushing you and Well, that's a bad thing to see. I'm going to tell you guys, all right? I'm from Northwestern PA. I'm going to tell you guys, we got some people on here. Please stick around. I have something strange that I saw in the woods, and I swear it was a freaking feral pig in the Allegheny National Forest. I was coming down this mountain road, and I saw this thing about the size of a large dog run across the road. And all I saw as it was going in the woods, when I really got a good look at it and shined my lights on it, was literally the butt of Porky the pig with the squirrel little tail. And for the life of me, I can't figure it out because, as far as I know, there are no feral pigs in the Allegheny National Forest. So, anybody wants to chime in on that, I'm stumped by that one. No, I'm actually tired. I drove like a couple 100 miles today, spent about 3 hours putting all my gear away and cleaning up. And it's not when you keep going uh, that you're tired, it's once you sit down. And I really did not want to just sit down after the great weekend I've had and turn on the television, Prime or Netflix, and watch some stupid show and sit there and zone out. To be honest, I live stream. I'd rather be sitting here talking with you. And it's Saturday. It's like almost June. And it's been raining for literally 2 weeks straight now. I was not going to quit in that golf tournament yesterday. We were hitting golf balls, and there was standing water on the course, and they would skid across the water instead of go up in the air. But we finished that game. Yeah, I'm doing all right. We won. The North won. Yes, we were evenly matched by handicap with our two team. It was a 2-on-2 scramble. Two from a North team, two from a South team. We're evenly matched with their teammates, who are great people. And we ended up being up. You play each hole whether you win or lose. We ended up being up 4 or 5 holes. So we did our job. And you know what? Nobody had any faith in me. They're all like, I golf 3 or 4 times a year. But I was not going to let my teammates down. I was not going to let my team down. And I went there with the mission. But I think I accomplished the mission because I golfed with such a nice individual. And the people on the other team were such nice people that we had fun. Okay? We tried to win. We tried to make our best shots. It was raining. It wasn't perfect golf weather. But we had fun while we were competing. And it was a nice day. I had fun in that inn last night, sitting in that room. Didn't have fun driving home today. Didn't have fun unpacking all my gear, cleaning it up. But that's another tip, okay? If you come home from a trip, whether you're traveling, whether you're camping, and you just leave your stuff sit, when are you going to get to that again? Other stuff's going to come up. I always, whether it's my camping gear, my hiking gear, heck, I took my Jeep, got it washed, filled with gas before I even came home. It's ready to go again. All of my suitcases unpacked, my clothes are washed and dried, my gear is stowed and put away. I'm ready to go again. The only problem is, after I did all that work and after I did all the driving, I sit down, and then that's, try being 59 and a half, that's when you feel tired. Oh, Bob, Suzuki, sorry, the one thing I hate about being 59 and a half is I need cheaters to work and pretty much do everything. So if I'm pulling close to the screen and squinting, that's why I want to read your comments. Yeah, that's the problem. My family does that. My wife and my child do that. They'll come in, they'll throw their stuff on the ground because they're worked or they're tired or they came from someplace. And I say, clean your stuff up. Oh, we'll get it later. Sometimes 2, 3 days later, it's still sitting where they dropped it, unless I need it again. I can't do that. So, anyway, if you guys can subscribe, Clifford, if you could subscribe, I'd love to have you a subscriber on the channel. It's just nice that, and I do this YouTube channel as a hobby, okay? I worked at Eastern Mountain Sports in the 90s, and we were gear experts. We went out and actually taught clinics. We took people on hikes. We taught Boy Scouts how to winter camp. We taught people how to pack packs. We were experts in sleeping bags and installations and backpacks and fitting people. And now I go into a sporting goods store and I almost want to do an intervention. The only time I really step in is when I hear people looking at the water filter and they're like, yeah, I'm going to Africa. I'm trying to get something to filter my water with. And they're buying a $19.99. Now it's $24.95 Life Straw. And I'm like, oh, God, this isn't going to cut it. They need a purifier. So I try and steer them to a Grail water purification bottle and some extra filters. Or one of the MSR purification things. Something that will take viruses out. You go on international travel, God knows what's in the water. You need to take out viruses, chemicals, and you need to have a backup. Life Straw is a great backup. Oddly, one thing that I didn't know about Life Straws that kind of concerns me a little bit, because I got a steel one. It's a steel Life Straw, steel case Life Straw, and right in the packaging, it says if you drop this, it may not work. What? How are you going to tell? Come on, tell me. You're outdoors in the freaking woods. You're not going to bang this thing, drop it. I dropped it maybe 3 or 4 feet once on a friend's deck. And I'm not sure if I trust it anymore. I mean, it looks fine. It seems to filter fine. But that bothers me. A Grail water bottle, they're mill grade. You could drop that thing 3 or 4 feet. And it's just the outer bottle. You're never going to hurt that filter. And I used one 3 or 4 days on the Hickory Creek Trail. Made dozens of bottles of water. It saved my life, man. There's no way you can carry that much water in. And I made the wrong choice of hiking right instead of left. There's no water for 7.5 miles, so I had 6 ounces of water left between cooking, drinking, by the time I rounded that corner and found a spring. And I made 6 bottles. I poured one over my head. I drank one. I filled all my other water bottles. And then I just washed up a little bit. And heck, a mile later, I was paralleling the stream and I had all the water I wanted. But you still always filter out of the cleanest source. If you find something coming out of the side of a mountain that's pristine, you still probably should filter it. But it's going to be a lot better than the stream where the beaver pooped 100 yards upstream. Do you believe in that? Well, Mad Max, I'm going to just say I do believe in the afterlife because I'm a Christian and I believe in God. And there's a saying in the Bible, what seems real is not, and what doesn't seem real is. And also look at my video from last night, the creepy experience I had at the inn I stayed at. So, if that answers your question. No, but I got a bomber jacket. I got a leather bomber jacket. Yeah, I'd love to fly a plane. I'm actually thinking about wanting to skydive. As you get 59 or 60, you want to do more things and say you did them. But no, I'm not. I drive Jeep. Does that count? Anyway, um, I appreciate all you guys. And if you could subscribe, that'd be great. I'd love to have you on the channel. Join in on the live streams. Tell me where you're from. Ask questions. How do you find camping spots? Well, you know what? You guys are great. You guys kiss the brown-haired girl. Well, if I didn't get in trouble with you or my wife for the thought police and you wanted me to give you a kiss on the cheek, I would kiss the brown-haired girl. But, anyway, the easiest way, Clifford, to find camping spots is to look in your surrounding area. And there's going to be state forests. There's going to be national forests. The thing is with the private campgrounds now, or even like they used to be $25 for a tent site. It's ridiculous. It's getting to be like 40 some dollars, $50 for a tent site for one night at an actual campground. Yeah, you may have electricity. Yeah, there may be a bathroom, but is that really in the woods? For example, in the Allegheny Forest, you can go camp right along the North Country Trail, right along a stream. There's free campsites with fire pits that you can drive right down a road, pull over, and park in. And I was totally amazed on Memorial Day that these sites were empty. It kind of made me a little bit sad. It was a very surreal Memorial Day camping experience because I didn't see the people out there that I usually see. And I don't know why. So, anyway, I am going to sign out now because I want to try and keep these videos at least max around 30 minutes to download. But I appreciate all you guys. If you can subscribe, like, share, whatever you can do to help maybe jog the YouTube logarithm and maybe get some people to watch the videos, I'd appreciate it. Clifford, I appreciate you. If you see the chat again, please join on. Love to have you. And this is the My Camping Adventures channel. Go have your own adventures. Take care.